It says I'm live, but I have no picture here, so I have no idea what's happening. My camera's on. Oh my goodness, this is the first time I've run into this. There's always something. What the heckins is going on? Haha. Well, I can pretend that you can see me. I hope you can. If you can't, I guess there is a weirdness going on today. I've never had this happen before. When there's no picture, it shows my camera's on. Or does it? Why would the camera not be on? That's the thing. I have two people watching. Please just say, can you see me? Because I can't see me. And I always can see me. So just let me know if you can see me in camera or not, because I can't. She can see me. Okay, then I'm on, and I'm just going to pretend that they can all see me. I can't see myself. Isn't that interesting? Okay, I'm going to start off with our usual God Box Insight card. And it goes like this. I begin in wholeness. I work and play in wholeness. I finish and rest in wholeness. And it says on the other side, we begin with completion. And there's a DNA sign, which is kind of a cute little thing there. I'll put that up. But what I also wanted to share with you, I had was it last weekend before, I did a channeling your guide session, group session, and I received, and I just hope you can see it, this beautiful thank you card. It is so pretty, and I've got a special place for it here. It sits here on my desk now, with a lovely thank you and little flowers over it. So that was nice that people said that they really enjoyed their first channeling session. Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was fun. In the meantime, we're here for mental mind treatments. And even if I can't see me, if I know you can, then I'm good. Have no idea what's going on about that. Maybe I'll figure it out somewhere along the line. Whatever. I see Kayla's here. She says blessings. She did contact me earlier, wanting to let go of the tiredness and her headaches, which are wanting to come back. So what we're going to do is just go into a treatment on that. There is some emotional element of this I picked up, and it's really about just loving oneself, I think, more than anything else, is to love oneself in the way that it can be. So what we're going to do and what I'm going to say here is, as I move into the treatment for Kayla, I know that there is one power, and I know there is one essence that is in all of us and is everywhere. And is that we sometimes just need to draw that breath in and know that all is well, that everything is in its right place. I remember as I was learning how to do spiritual mind treatments, is how I learned it, but I call it mental mind treatments, is that was basically talking about the ease and grace of things, to allow everything be in ease and grace, and allowing that to occur and to know and just to be. And it's like sometimes we do get very tired. I know I've been with all my health issues in the last year or more, is that sometimes I'm very, very tired. And it's but the joy of life that lives within, that lives within the heart, that lives within the essence. It's like we reach out for the love that is there. The love is always waiting just to be brought inside, and it really moves things in a tremendous way. So I know as I speak my word for Kayla, there is a letting go of the old, letting go of the old fear, the old anxiety, the old frustrations, the trying to figure everything out, and just relaxing. It's like being on a beautiful soft cloud and allowing the law of love, the lovingness that is there for each one of us, taking us to where we need to be, and allowing ourselves just to relax in that love and accept not only are we worthy of it, is there for us. And so I give thanks and knowing for Kayla right now that the energy is having breath, being brought inside through the breath, and allowing it to just relax all that mental anxiety that has been going on for some time, and knowing that all is well. And it's like, I am well, all is good, and ease and grace is with me every second of the day. So I release this thought knowing that it is true and that is done and that all is well. And I release it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Kayla also asked for a treatment for a friend of her brother, Jason. She's got Jasons in her family all over the place, actually. And so I'm going to do this treatment, and it's basically to remove all blocks, which we know, and I've added economic solidity. I did create 3 numbers for myself, which was 17, 12, and 3, which shows there is the energy is there, the acceptance is there, the love is perhaps needing to be a little more believable in the sense of life. So I know as I speak my word for Kayla's brother, Jason's friend, said that all and any blocks are being removed easily. It's a kind of like shrugging your shoulders. It's like shrugging and letting go and looking out ahead, knowing. And I'm just doing a side talk a little second here is because one of the things I have found coming up several times this week in consultations is that people need to know that knowing that you know in your heart and the essence of you that you know this is correct and right, that it is there. And so all things are there for you. And so it's very, very important here is that these blocks that are like when the mind gets busy, the mind is like trust that you know this is the end result. You don't know when always, unfortunately, but you know that there will be. And for said there'll be economic solidity. But I also feel I need to lift my chin up a little bit and I need to look further ahead. I need to make some planning a little bit further than just here. I'm looking down thinking I want everything to be okay, but it's like we're going to look here and plan. What's the next step? When we have what is the next step? What is coming? So that we have a tremendous element and a sense of direction of where we're heading and where we're going and what we're going to bring forth. And I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release, knowing that the beautifulness of life is there. The acceptance of the love of the universe is there, that there is a letting go, a breathing, and a looking ahead, planning out for the future. And so it is. Amen. So Karen says, hi, Norma. Karen Lee says, I can see you. Great. Thank you. I wish I could see me. Jason E says, hi, Norma. Hello. Thank you. Kayla also says, I can see you. Great. Jason E says, I can. Everybody can see me but me. Karen, greetings. I sent you healing at 6 p.m. today. Oh, that was just about when I woke up from my nap. And my son, who's down in California, phoned to say, he usually phones Sunday, but he phoned yesterday to say, is it okay if I call tomorrow? Yeah, that's no problem at all. So he's enjoying the lovely sunshine down there, getting a little tan, he said. Thank you for that, Karen. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was, I've still got a little scarf on my arm here because I'm still having, the muscles don't want to take responsibility. So the scarf holds it and it works quite well. But I still do things like I'm just finally typing a few minutes a time now. So I'm catching up on certain things that needing to be done. Okay, Karen, I like your numbers, except this 18. I don't like that much. You know that though. This is about faith, moving ahead and not being concerned about what else will happen. It's a lot about the answer lies within you. That's the 9. The 9 says we always know our own answers. We do not always like them, but we know them. And so what I'm seeing here for you, Karen, on your journey, because man, the changes of your vibration, yes, of course there is adjustments because it is much, much bigger than one usually, sees because you've done so well. Okay. Faith, moving up. 22 is the full, right? Faith completes all motion. Moving forward in faith, stepping off the edge of the mountain, so to speak, knowing that you are safe because you've got your eye on the prize there. But often what happens when we are changing, when we're transforming, when we are becoming more than what we have been and where we are, what ends up happening is that we get fearful of the result because we don't know the result, because it is like we're walking on a strange path. We don't know this path. So there's an underlying fear that begins to come and, what's the word I'm looking for? That sort of comes in. So it begins like we're walking on swamp water rather than hard ground, that we're not really looking far enough ahead because we don't know what to expect. This is about expectation. The key here is you know what you want. Deep down, you do know what you want. That's that 9. It says, you know what you want, you know where you're heading, you know where you're going. I just want to say, get on the track. Know that it will come. As things come up, you will know what to do with them. Your faith, your awareness that is taking you perceiving things, seeing things, doing things in a different way than you have done. And that is the concern, because it's not you. How do I say that? Sorry, I'm bumbling over my words a little. It's because you do not know the outcome, because this is a new path. When you're on a new path, you don't know the outcome, but it's important that you know what you want the outcome to be. Can you see the difference? You don't know the outcome because you haven't traveled this way before, but you need to know the outcome you desire, because it is the knowingness that makes it real. And that's what a lot of people miss when they're goal setting and when they're doing other things, is they forget the knowing part, to know. And even if the knowing just says everything will be great, that's still a knowing. It's not a thinking or a wishing or a hoping or all of those elements. So what we're seeing, what I want to give you here is a big pat on your back, actually, not a push, just a pat and say, hey, you got this. You've got this. You're moving through, you might say, the mist. Ever read the book, The Mists of Avalon? You know, everything was all misty, and then you're all of a sudden you're in Avalon. That's a kind of what this represents. You're walking through the mist, the uncertainty, as you move forward with an uncertain as to where the direction that you're heading in. So I know for you, and I know that the universe is lined up behind this very, very well, that you are moving to where you want to be. But it's like anything, we don't go from A to Z right away. We go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and on and on. But it's like we make those steps. And some of those steps, because we're not familiar with them, we're not really sure as to exactly where it is leading us. I know, though, I know, as in the treatment form, that you are loved, you are supported, that it is all there for you to move forward in the direction of where you're heading and where you're going and what you're achieving. Big breath, put little fears aside, put the uncertainty aside, and trust that you're on your path. You put one foot in front of the other and know the end result that you are wanting. All is good. And so it is. Amen. As we release this, because it's done already. Wonderful. Okay. So I'm just catching back up here. Kayla said, thank you. Always love that. Thank you for your prayers or hit the mark. I'm glad I hit the mark, I tell you sometimes. But that's great. It's what I get. I mean, that's the beauty of it all, right? Karen Lee took her message back. Sorry about that. I kind of glimpsed at it. So Jason says, hi, Norma. So great to see you. Thank you for the mental mind treatments. You are most welcome. And now, Jason, we have 6, 5, 14 for your work. Now, these numbers that I asked for relate to the higher arcana of the tarot, which is the spiritual laws and lessons and the stories that they tell. I'll just go through them, that you probably know them from your perspective, but 6 to me is confusion, is an uncertainty. It's not kind of rock solid. 5 means more knowledge is needed. And 14 is balance, about balancing into the next phase. So let's make that into a story. The story is, right now there's an uncertainty about the work. And it's like, I feel that, I'll tell you the image that I get here. Is the old time cart and horses, with the reins. Like I got a horse, I got a cart, I'm sitting there with the reins on the horse. And I feel like you've got to put more direction into where you want this to go. It's like you need to know where you want to go, because then you can work it. Then it's like you can drive your horses to the direction that you want to go. Why I get a horse and cart, I don't know, but or carriage, whatever. I don't know about that. I just know you need to let the confusion of the what ifs. See, and when it comes to the mental element, the what ifs, the maybes, and the perhapses is the big downfall. As soon as we get into what about this, or maybe this, or perhaps that, what we're doing is just throwing rocks basically in our path. The key here is to be aware that you know what you want. And I feel that you do know what you want. And that you get clearer and clearer. And I talked about earlier about knowing. This knowing element. It's funny, it's come up several times last week for people. And it's like, you're going to know where you're going. But very often we get into our head. This is where the mental can really mess things up. Excuse me. And in getting messed up in the head, we get confused. And then that goes into our vibration. And then the vibrations, oh, they want confusion. Okay, we'll give them that. We'll give them uncertainty. We'll give them all this what ifs, maybes, and perhapses. But the truth is, all you need to do is balance yourself and set your mind really on your goal. We are all creators. Nothing happens just out of the sky. What do we create? And sometimes we just love creating a lot of stuff going on. And what I see here is that it's basically kind of letting go of the old way of handling things and allowing 14. 14 is temperance, and it's all about balance on your path. It may be beginning a new path, beginning a new way. And so as you begin that new way and you reorganize the element of yourself, what begins to happen is that you become aware of the end result, even if you're not there yet. That's where you're heading. Goals are important in that you need to know inside your heart. You need to know inside your heart. This is what you want. And then the universe responds. But when you're not clear and you're worrying, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's that, perhaps this, maybe that, and we're all in that kind of chaoticness of confusion, the universe goes, do they really want? Do they want this? Do they want that? Do they want the other? The universe works with clarity. And that comes from knowing what you want, even though you have no idea how you're going to get it. It's not for you to know how. It's for you to know it will be there. And you step one step in front of the other. That's what I love about temperance, because they're balancing all the emotional, mental, basically emotional and mental things, but the pathway leads out into newness, And that's what I see here for you, is newness and the knowingness that you can take a big breath and a step, and you will be supported, because the universe loves each one of us without measure and wants us to achieve. So let us move our difficulties to the side and proceed ahead, knowing that we will achieve. I give thanks in the knowing for Jason that he is moving forward in delight, strength, purpose, and that the vision of what he really wants over that mountain is there waiting for him. Step by step, he will get there. I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this thought, knowing it is true and it is done. He's on his way. And so it is. Amen. Okay, Jason there. Karen Lee, I'm glad you're back in. I would love a treatment to help forgive and release my mom so that she may cross over unafraid. Okay, well, there's two elements there, but let me come back to that. I just got, make my notes. Okay, 17, 3, and 21. You know that I'm really big on forgiveness, self-forgiveness. I think it was one of the probably last things I really became aware of how important it was. But still, I still find that, and I forgive. I have, because I have so much sometimes, it seems like I'm always forgiving myself for something or other. But let's see, Carolyn, your mum may cross over. Do you feel, it just seems to me like maybe you feel like you're holding on to her. But 17, 3, and 21, there's love here. Okay, let me just work this through. Because you know what, Karen Lee, and maybe you'll agree with me. It's like there's many little chords here. Like it's not as simple as that says. Oh, I just want to forgive this and mom will be free to go. It's more than that. Being unafraid. So I think there's almost something I need to do for her as well. But let's see. Let's work with you first, my dear. Forgive and let go. Yeah. You got release, but it's letting go is the same thing. 17 is balance and awareness of all the things that you have. 3 is the love vibration. 21 is absolute balance, balancing it all out. There's not much of the correction there. So to me, can you give me 2 more numbers, Karen Lee, please? Can you give me 2 more? If you can just sit. She's terrified to go, yeah, because she's got to do the forgiving. Oh, 5 and 16. Thank you. That adds. I don't think I ever have asked that before, but sometimes you just need a little bit more information. 5 is more knowledge, and 16 is the fear of how. Now, very often, I don't know what your mother had as she was growing up, what kind of spirituality, what kind of church life, or whatever. But that 16 to me talks about a lot of fear of hell and damnation. Of like, yeah, terrified to go because she's going to go to the fireplace. So, what the forgiveness is for her soul to recognize love so that she can move through that time period into the light. So, there's an element of light, which we call love. Love and light, light and love. People often say, light and love, but it's synonymous. And what we see here with your mom, this is more about your mom than you, my dear. This is about your mom having a framework inside of her mind that takes every little thing that you've ever done, according to whatever was taught when you were young, and think you have to pay for it. And, that the hellfires are waiting for you. That's why she's terrified. So I understand a little bit that what you're wanting here is to forgive herself and let go. So it's real. This is for your mom. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get. What's your mom's first name? Can you type that in for me, please? What's your mom's first name? So I've got a little bit more personal. Okay. Thank you. Margaret. All right. I know there is one power, one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Margaret, that inside, locked away like a little locket in the heart, there is this hope. There is this hope that has like a little green leaf on it. That maybe that everything will be all right. And so as I see in that heart, that little glimmer of maybe, and so frightened that maybe that's not true, I'm going to water that. I am going to put the sprinkle of love, and I feel tears in my eyes because it's like a letting go and an unlocking. I don't only think of this lifetime, I think of many lifetimes of opening up and letting the pain, the rejections, the subjectation of, I don't think I've said that incorrectly, but the having things put upon you and blamed, loads of blame that she has taken on for her peoples in another lifetime, I see, taken on for another sense of timing and a feeling that no matter what is wrong, it's her fault. Bottom line, it's all about her fault. So therefore, I use some of my people who I do transformation work with may know I have these little elisters I'd bring out, these little things I'd bring out and sprinkle and do things and change the vibration. But we're just going to allow it, the essence of love, to go into the heart and open the heart and to let go. And if any of you else have forgiveness issues with yourself, piggyback on this, because it's not something I do every week, but it's like we're letting go so that Margaret has room to move, to love, to understand that the universal love force loves her beyond measure. It is not here to punish. It never was to punish. Punish, people hurt, people make accusations, people hold on to things. God does not. Love does not. The universal love force does not. It loves, it cherishes, it allows you to grow a different awareness of support, of being all that you can be. And so I am bathing Margaret in this beautiful golden light of love, as it sort of like a little Pac-Man, but very tiny, chew away at people's bigotry, people's hatred, people's awareness that all people are important. Judgments here are like miles long. We're just putting a little match to the cord and just allowing it to dissipate. We are finding freedom so that Margaret can have freedom to let go, so that when that loving force comes to her as an angel or as a person that she knew from before, there is love there. She will be able to surrender with ease, with grace, and with purpose, so that it's like unzipping another body. It's like unzipping all the pain that has been carried for so long. It is unzipping and letting go pain that is being put upon her because other people around her, and as I say, other lives as well, who have not assumed responsibility for themselves. And she took it all on. And now it is time for her to let it go and embrace the rainbow that is there, to embrace the lovingness that is there, and to recognize she deserves this. She has paid. She needs to pay no more. So if everyone who's listening to this right now can take a big breath and just breathe out any and all pain you have to help Margaret let go the pain, to let go the fear of reprisal, to let go the sense that no matter what, you're not good enough. Because in love, you're always good enough. You are always supported. You are always brought forth to the most magnificent element of your time and your sense of being. There is only one power and one essence. It is the loving universe, whatever we call it. It is freedom of being kept in a cage. It is freedom to know that love grows. And inside, wherever we have held onto whatever it is, the love will take it and free it up so that we can recognize our trueness of being loved, our worthiness of being loved, that we are one with all that there is. So it's in the breathing out of the old and the stepping into the new. There is only balance, faith, and awareness. For Margaret is allowing herself to feel she's good enough. She is allowing herself to see that there is light and she can walk towards it. It can embrace it, and she will not be alone. There will be a person with her all the way, guiding, holding her hand, encouraging in the front and the sides and the back. She is precious. She is desired and wanted on the other side for what she has endured. And believe me, she will go through much healing once she's transitioned to complete this journey that has begun tonight as she moves forward. I give thanks in the knowing of the support that Margaret has in the transition. I give thanks in this knowing that she is letting go of all that pain and allowing herself to have support in the transition. That the beings that are coming are so loving, so caring, so desiring that they're there to support her without criticism, just support and love, so that she moves out of the dark into the light and embraces her rainbow, embraces her essence, embraces all that she is. And I give thanks for this as I release this, knowing it is true, that it is done, and the transition will be done easily when it's time. And so it is. Amen. Okay, hang on. Is that it? That's it. Anybody else got anything to say? And I still can't believe I can't see me. Anyway, that's all right. Okay, we're right around 7:30, which seems to be our natural ending time these days. I want to thank you for coming in and sharing. I want to thank you for the mental and emotional support that you give me on this. I also want to thank, we picked up another subscriber just the other day, so welcome. Sometimes the numbers shift a little bit. Somebody leaves, somebody comes in. So it's all good. Kayla's reminded me. I personally think everything's good there. I don't know that we need to do that, Kayla. Actually, it feels good. I don't feel it is anything that needs to. They're doing their thing. It's good. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. So I just want to thank you. And today's Monday night. I'll be back Wednesday. And Wednesday, we're going to be talking on Norma Talks on the swords. Swords are the problems and the issues, and how do we handle them? That is really, really, really important. So that'll be an interesting one. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do the following week, because we need to be doing Pentacles. So probably I'll do a little bit about the cards for the month of April, and then we'll get into the Pentacles as well. So I wanted to complete that. But anyway, you have a great week. And Kayla, I will do something separate for you for Diamond, Jason, and Connor, but I kind of wrapped up this part here, so I'll do it later, okay? And yeah, thank you. Even though I can't see me, I don't know. We'll see how everything is. Best of luck. Have fun. Enjoy. Remember, you are loved beyond measure. And thank you.